Hey guys, so I've been playing a lot of Kuang. I just want to kind of give you my first impressions, my thoughts on him, and how his overall game feel is, maybe what you should be building, stuff like that, whatever. We're going to be casual here, guys. We're all friends here. Anyways, so, yeah, Kuang, I think he's definitely a must-buy. I think he's really, really interesting. He's got a high skill ceiling, but at the same time, he is auto-attack based. He does a lot of auto-attack damage, so he kind of has like a pretty low skill floor. Like, you can play him, but the master Kuangs, they're going to show. I guess I could relate him maybe to, like, if you take Thanatos, and then you take Loki, you merge those two characters together, and then there you go, you got Kuang. One thing to keep in mind is how you build him. You can actually kind of do a hybrid of sorts. You can do attack speed, on-hit damage, or you could just go nuke, or you could kind of combine the two in whatever kind of mix you want to do because of how flexible his abilities are, okay? So for one, his number 2 is procced on his attacks. However, you can also use number 2 as a missile. His number 3 does a lot of magic damage. You can just use it as a huge burst ability, but it also procs on-hit effects. So you can build him whichever way you want. He's really flexible, and at the same time, because of how his kit is, you probably have a little bit of flexibility of where you actually are positioned on the map. I think maybe some people could make it work in top. I don't know about mid. He really doesn't have that much clear. Yeah, he does magic, but he just doesn't have the wave clear, and he's just not safe enough to be a mid mage. In the bottom lane, though, a support, he's got no CC, really. I mean, even Loki, Serket, a lot of assassins actually do have CC, and they can make it work. I don't think, yeah, he doesn't really have that much really going for him as a support. So definitely top and definitely jungle. Now, as for dueling, boxing, team fights, what are you going to do? How's it feel? Well, in team fights, it feels really, really risky. Now, you can save, and you probably are going to want to do this every time, is save number 1 as a disengage, as an escape. Don't use it as an engage. The only time that you're going to want to use it as an engage is if you're going to use it as an engage in order to get your ult off. If somebody is executable, or maybe you can just press number 3 and then ult and get them, that's what you want. You want to just use it real quick, get your ult off. And that's the same for any team fight. If there's a team fight, and okay, you're in the middle of a team fight, right? You're just spamming your auto attacks, you're flipping and flopping all over the place, you're slicing and dicing, and somebody gets really low, okay? Basically, how the ult works is that normally you could kill them in one auto attack hit. However, you want to ult because you get a couple of benefits. For one, it executes them, so like if they're a tank, that's a huge amount of damage. It's a huge amount of health that you're just executing right off the bat. You're getting the tank done and over with. Also, it's instant, but it's not that instant. Okay, here's the problem that I have with Kuang is that a lot of the times you use your ultimate and you can actually die before it really even goes off. You use it and you have like a 0.5 seconds or maybe even an entire second before you actually emerge as a dragon. It's weird. It's so weird. Your team can kill the person that you're trying to ult, and then you don't get the kill, but also a lot of the times, 99% of the time, you're not going to transform because you got your kill taken from you. Sometimes your ult even goes on cooldown, even though you didn't really get to use it. Oh, it's just so awkward. But anyways, guys, a lot of the times your ultimate, it's kind of like a trap. You really only want to use your ultimate if you're absolutely certain that you are not going to be interrupted, that your kill's not going to get stolen, and that, well, you have reason to use your ultimate. A lot of the times you can just auto-attack the guy down. However, in situations where maybe it's a mirror matchup or you're going against another assassin where they're just constantly DPSing you down, and yeah, they might die in one hit, but you cannot risk them getting another hit on you, then you're going to want to use your ultimate, whether or not it's going to execute them, because that's going to give you time, that's going to CC them long enough for you to recuperate, for you to re-aim, adjust, escape, or whatever. So yeah, you can definitely use your ultimate, even if it won't execute. It is a really interesting CC. It's basically like Freya's Banish, okay? So really what you want to do is you want to execute somebody, turn into a dragon, and then use that to either escape or re-engage on the fight exactly as an assassin should. However, I feel like, you know, it's really good for team fights if you can get it off, but most of the time in the hectics or the chaos of team fights, your ult is going to be wasted because people aren't your kill's gonna get stolen. You know, we already covered that. So in team fights, basically, you are just gonna, you know, just like an assassin, you're gonna pick the right time to go in, and you need to hit your melee attacks. Yeah, it's really fast, but you need to hit number 2, use your melee attacks, and actually get them off. Now, here's the thing that you guys need to remember. If you are going in for a gank or something, you need to remember that using your 2 actually does kind of have a prime time. You can't just use number 2, 3 real quick, and you can't just go 1, 2, 3 because 1, if you use number 2 or any ability while in number 1 where you're invisible, you're actually going to be de-invisibled. You're going to actually become revealed. And a problem with that also is that while you're invisible, you will actually be revealed by any damage. So remember that. Also, your water clone can do some damage if you start building up some magic damage, magic penetration. So keep that in mind. It can actually kind of clear a little bit if you need to, and don't underestimate it in duels. If you use your water clone in a duel, it could be the difference between life or death. So yeah. Anyway, so if you're coming in for a gank, remember 2 takes a little bit of a prime, and it's always going to do more damage if you do it with auto attacks, but don't be afraid to start auto attacking, and if they get out of reach, to do number 2 as a missile to get the final kill. Also, it slows. It's basically like Kukulkan's, okay? Anyways, that's basically it. Other than that, you just play like a normal assassin. He's pretty fast. His clear is amazing. Don't even worry about that. Oh my gosh, his clear is amazing. And overall, he's really fun, and it wasn't too hard to get a grasp of him, but I really feel like there's a high skill ceiling for him, which makes me excited. So I guess in the end, it's kind of like a Yasuo of League of Legends. Actually, a lot of parallels there. And like I said, if you like Loki and if you like Thanatos, combine those two, and boom, we got Kuang. So if you think that's the kind of game style and gameplay that you want to have, then go for it, guys. Have fun. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want specifics on item builds and all that, like I said, he's pretty flexible, so I don't think anybody knows a surefire best absolute build yet. Just really flexible for this guy, and he's really new. So. And I'm going to see you on the battlefield, right? In-game name in the description below. Add me. Let's have some fun.